All right, today I wanted to talk about something that I learned in the past couple weeks, and I figured it was a kind of a funny story to share. I figured it'd be a good thing to talk about. And basically the lesson is sometimes the answer to your problem is so simple that you completely miss it. And I think that I'm definitely guilty of taking on problems and then focusing on what I think is the solution and spending so much time and energy on it that I get, overwhelmed, or I can't figure it out. And then later on you figure out the solution was so simple and you're just like kicking yourself because you're like, how did I not think of that? And I'll tell you the story of the situation that occurred for me that kind of brought the analogy together for me. And that is, we've got a swimming pool in our backyard, and we've got one of the vacuum cleaners, one of the pool vacs that kind of goes around, and our little drain, our pool was built a long time ago, so we had a drain, and the drain cover broke, and so we had to replace the drain cover. Replace that, but it had a lip on it, and so the vacuum kept getting stuck on it. So rather than going over it, kept getting stuck on it. And for I think like 2 years, I dealt with our pool vac constantly getting stuck on this drain cover, and I would have to go out, I don't know how many times a day, a week, I can't count how many times I had to go and pull it off the drain cover because it wasn't moving around. And I thought about so many things about how to fix it. It's like, hey, is there a way to get another drain cover? But there wasn't. I looked into that. There's like no other drain covers that would work. Not only that, but you'd have to drain the pool to kind of put it on potentially, or figure out a way to do it. So that wouldn't work. So I just kept spending time going out there and taking the pole and just kind of moving it around. And I did it so many times, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And then finally I took out the pool vac one day, and I was looking at the wheels, and I realized that on the wheels, like they had worn down over, and it's, I don't know, I think it's probably like 2 to 3 years old too, but it had worn down. And so the little nubs on the wheels that would get it to kind of go in a different direction sometimes, or get it unstuck, it had worn down. And so all I had to do was replace the little rubber wheels on the pool vac in order to fix it. And it was an easy fix. It was quick, it was cheap. And I was like, I could have done this 2 years ago and saved myself so much time and energy, rather than like not even thinking about that the pool vac could have been the problem and not the drain cover. And it just kind of, it made me realize, it's like sometimes you just focus so much on what you think the problem is that you don't even consider any other issue. You don't even think about, hey, what if I fixed something else instead that was like going along with it? And it was just kind of a moment for me to be like, okay, well, how do I incorporate this into some of the other challenges I might have, or how do I rethink things in a way that's like, okay, maybe what I think is the problem could actually be resolved through another way, and it could be so much simpler, and I won't have to spend a lot of time and energy on it, and I won't have to stress about it, and I won't have to just waste so much energy. And I think in my mind, if I start taking that lesson and I start to think about other things that I might be focusing on, and be like, I don't know how to fix that, because that's what it was. It was like a situation where it's like I was stressed because I don't know how to fix it, and then it starts to bother you, and then you're just like, every day I got to come out here and do the same thing over and over again, and I don't know how to fix it. Rather than like refocus your attention on like what other pieces of the puzzle are there out there that I could maybe figure out how do I look at that and see if there's something that I can do on that end. And you know, to be fair to me, like, I don't think I'd ever seen, like, when I had that vacuum before in the past, like, we never had it working. So everything was new between having the new pool cover and then the wheels not work on it. It was kind of a new thing. And so I had never experienced it before, but it still is one of those little things where it's like, you just realize that, like, there's other solutions out there. And there's other things that you can do to solve your problem, that you might be completely overlooking. And so it's like, how do you take a step back from it? So yeah, I just figured that'd be a fun one to talk about today. And then ask, it's like, hey, is there anything, if you happen to be watching this, have you ever had a situation where there was a simple solution that you completely overlooked, and then when you found it later on, you're just like kicking yourself because you're like, wow, I wish I would have thought of that sooner, because that's such an easier answer. So I thought I would share that. Wanted to get any other opinions out there, so I can learn, and then obviously pass that message on, something for me to remember when I'm ever going through challenges, to kind of think about things a little bit differently as well. Just a quick one, since I'm here on the weekend. Just dropped Quinn off at a birthday party. I'm here at my office while she's there, so I figured I'd do a quick video. So to everybody out there, thank you for watching. Love y'all, and have a great day.